Are you looking for a video magnifier that is super easy to use with a large screen to magnify your printed materials, say at home, work, or school? Well, you may be interested in the Acuity HD 22-inch desktop video magnifier. Let me walk you through a quick tutorial to show you more about the Acuity HD 22-inch desktop video magnifier.
Welcome to Irie-AT, Braille and Innovation.
Made in Europe. You're looking for a good quality product, and that's exactly what you're going to get with this Acuity right here. So starting out with the screen, we have a 22-inch full HD screen, and it gives you a really clear image, as you can see. And it even has different comfort levels for you. You can move it up and down, tilt it up, tilt it down, so that you can find that reading position that works specifically for you. You also have a really nice reading tray down here that has 4 different reading positions for you to use based on your preference. So I'm gonna start by showing you the one to the most left over here. So this one, as you can see, it's just moving around a lot. It's just very easy to use, but you can move it with your fingertips. It can be good for preventing wrist strain, but I could see how maybe this would be a little bit too much movement for somebody. So if we move this one to the right and hear that click, this one is gonna maybe be better for you. So this is going to give you some resistance, and it has these kind of steps vertically so that it can be easy for you to read horizontally but not lose your line. So as you can see, we're just going across, but we're done with that line. Move on to the next one. This next position is going to be just purely horizontal, and then the next one is going to be just locked in place. So for storage, or if you have a preference for that. Next, we have some controls. So we have controls at the bottom of the screen here, and then we do also have this remote down here. Some people like their controls here, some people might like them down here, and some people might like a physical remote. So with this, you have all 3, which can be really nice to have, but they do very similar things, so it's really just based on your preference, but we're gonna get into what those do in a second here. To get started, you're gonna wanna go ahead and plug your power cord into the wall and plug the other side into the power port located towards the back of the device. The next thing you're going to want to do is reach to the back of the screen here and press the purple button for about 2 seconds until you hear that noise, and then the lights will come on onto the reading tray and the splash screen will come on. To get started reading, you're going to want to know how to zoom in and out. So the first way, because there's a few different ways, but the first way is the controls on the bottom of the screen here. In the middle, there is a plus button next to the magnifying glass icon. We're going to press the plus, minus. So that's one way. The next way is to pick up the remote and press the plus button located in the middle of the remote on there, plus button, minus. And then there's actually also a little kind of knob here on the bottom. So if you move it to the right, it's gonna zoom in. If you move it to the left, it's gonna zoom out. So those are the 3 different ways to zoom in and out. To change the color contrast modes, we're gonna have 2 separate ways to do that. So the first one is gonna be up here, which I prefer because you swipe. But let's say I really liked that last one that I just saw, but I don't wanna go through all of them again to get there. Swipe back, and we're there. But there are quite a few different color contrast modes. But let's say you have a picture that you want to look at and you're looking at the picture and then you want to read. We're going to go ahead and long press on this and it's going to take us to the full color mode. But if we long press on it again, it's going to take us exactly back to the color contrast mode that we were just on, which I think is pretty cool. And then we have the second option here, which is to use this remote. And we're just going to press the button that is to the utmost left, and it's just gonna go ahead and go through those color contrast modes as well. Now, if you want to get rid of some of those color contrast modes, I'm going to show you a way to do that in the advanced settings later in the video. If you want to know how to change the brightness of the lights down here, the LEDs, you're going to go ahead and start by holding down the magnifying glass that's used for the zoom below the screen. And then if we press the minus button, once this light bulb pops up, we can change it that way. If you want to know how to change the brightness of the screen, you can press this dot on below the screen and it's going to cycle through the different levels that you have. And if you want to know how to add reading lines from the controls up here, we're going to go ahead and hold down on that button and it's going to bring up the reading lines. If we swipe this way, it changes the position that they're in. If we swipe down or up, it changes the type of reading line. So we have horizontal and vertical blinds, and we have horizontal and vertical lines. In order to get into the advanced settings, you're going to want to reach behind your screen and hold down the power button. So to turn it on, we did like a short press, but for this one, we're going to do a long press. So we're going to hear that sound, but we're going to keep holding it down. And it brought us into the advanced settings. So as you can see here, these are all of the color contrasts that are available. And right now we have them all selected. So to move through them, we press the plus button next to the magnifying glass, or the minus button to go back. And let's say I really didn't like this yellow and black one. I could turn it off by pressing the magnifying glass. So that's how you select or unselect. And we're going to go ahead and move to the next page by pressing this circle button over here to the right. So this is the next page, and this is going to be if you want just a 1x magnifying view. The next one is going to be if you want the sound on or off. The third one is going to show either your magnification level, or if you have it off, it will not show that. This fourth one is your zoom preset. So if you're going between full color and color contrast, it's going to remember your settings that you had for either one. This next middle row is your reading lines if you want certain ones or don't want those ones. I have this setting set to 60 Hertz because I am in the United States. This second to last one is going to be if you want to fine tune the color contrast in the color modes. This last one is going to be if you want to fine tune the white balance in the full color mode. We're going to go to the next page now by pressing that right button again. This top option here is going to be our factory reset button. The next one is going to be if you want to change the default on your LED lights down here. To get out of settings, we're going to press the plus button and come down to this last option with the arrow and press the magnifying glass to exit the advanced settings. If you'd like to find out more about the Acuity HD 22-inch desktop video magnifier or find a distributor in your area, reach out to us at Irie-AT.com. Make sure to subscribe to the Irie-AT YouTube channel for more great videos on the latest in Braille and low vision products.